Slam, Music Survival Guide. We've got CK Smiles from the Swiss nu metal band Chaoseum. Quote from this episode, because many people can't understand that and they don't want to understand, because maybe they're afraid, we don't know. Keep listening, find out what it's all about. All right, I can see I'm going blind. What's up, everyone? Jack Mangan here from Support Life and Music. We're really privileged today to talk to someone who's really hitting the scene really hard from an exciting band with a great band name out of Switzerland, Chaosium. We're talking to the singer CK Smiles. Thank you so much for joining us today, CK.
Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone. Hello.
And by the way, I think you said you just wrapped up a tour, and actually, so what languages do you speak? You know, being from Switzerland, I know a lot of you are multilingual from Switzerland. What languages do you speak?
I live, well, all the band live in the French area of Switzerland. So usually we speak French. Um, but Switzerland is a little bit weird because yeah, we speak Swiss German, French, Italian, a fourth language called Romanche. It's a weird mix between Italian, German, and French. And not many people speak that language, but yeah, that's different areas in Switzerland. But here, everybody speak French.
Wow, okay. Well, your English is really good, so you're doing
I
great
had
with
to
English.
I had to learn that because when I started to sing with the band, I had to know what I was saying in the songs and how to compose the future lyrics. So I had to learn like this.
All right, well, yeah, you're doing great. And now if I get on your nerves or whatever, then you can curse me out in Romansh or one of the other languages I won't even understand. So that'll be good. No, I'm just kidding. But no, it's so. So what was it a band decision to do the lyrics for Chaosium in English? So how did that come to be? Why didn't you go with one of your other languages?
um, for the lyrics, we decided to do it in English because we wanted like almost 99% of the bands wanna wanna speak to the world, and it's better to do in a language that many people understand. Even if French, it's kind of main language. Not you can't find many people understanding the language. And to be honest, write French lyrics, it's very hard because if you write some lyrics in French, you have to do some very great poetry. Because if you just writing very simple songs in French, it sounds a little bit boring. Honestly, you have to speak a very great language, very intellectual, to sing in French. And from my opinion, it's more easy in English, and for the sounds, also the sounds, all the noises, the tongue, articulation. It's better in English actually, and I think like this you can understand what we are saying in the songs because I have many friends from the U.S., from Canada, Australia, and no one knows what I'm saying when I'm talking in French. So yeah, I think English was the best option.
All right. Well, thanks for talking about that stuff. So well, let's talk about there's a lot of exciting stuff going on for you and for Chaosium. Obviously, I think the big news of 2025 is Life for Sale, the brand new album. So
Hmm.
So I understand you were the chief songwriter and you wrote the lyrics on all of it. Is that true? You wrote the lyrics for every song and wrote most of the songs?
On this album, yes. On Especially on this album, I had to compose it completely alone. So every riffs, every ambience, all the ambience of the album, I did it completely alone, even for vocals, melody, and the lyrics. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, powerful stuff. Excuse me. So well, there's a lot of these songs like they have to have a really deeply personal feel, and or I don't know, some of the standouts for me, I'd say maybe Failure. And tell me if I'm saying it right. If it's Ain't Human, I think is a very personal song. It feels like it. And the title track, Life for Sale.
Hmm.
These songs have tell us some of the powerful emotions that you felt, in that you're trying to convey in these songs. That
For
you're
this
trying to
album,
describe.
I had to dig into my past very hardly. Yes, this album is very, very personal, because in the past, in the previous album, I was mixing true story of my life, another another person, mixing that with something more fictional, more fake, to build something more epic or fantastic, whatever. On this album, no, it's only true story. It's very personal and honest. Uh, and I'm talking a lot of my past, even uh, currently, uh, problems that I can find in my life on my way, that I have to deal with it. Um, yeah, so well, that's happened when the bands say, "Okay, we trust you for all the songs." Okay, the only guy that I know very well is just myself. So and and that's what I did. It took me a lot of time to assume the fact that I will show uh, something very personal, so a part of me, and obviously I choose the worst part of my life, of my past, to put in the songs. Uh, I don't know if in the next album I will put some just the happy part of my life. I don't know, maybe. Um, but I had to. I needed to tell many things that I kept very for a very long time, inside my body, inside my soul, my brain, and it was a great opportunity, a good opportunity to uh, to spit it out, and talking about my religious past, talking about my mental health, talking about many problems with with anorexia, talking about my point of view of the world, um, my opinion, my way to see the world around me. And when I'm talking about mental health, I'm talking about depression, and I think that theme is in is it the more present in on this album.
Yeah, I definitely I felt that. I read that. So was it kind of a therapy for you, therapeutic for you to kind of put it out there in these songs?
Kinda, kinda. Um, Show after show, I feel maybe a little bit more, um, the contrary of heavier. Um, I feel maybe just more relaxed with that,
Sure.
because uh, feeling more comfortable to sing that lyrics, to see and to see the reaction of the crowd. Yeah, that that helped me a little bit, honestly. And even like that, some people can share some part of their story, because always after the shows we try to do some meet and greets, and I have many people trying to share with me their story, telling me this song or this song helped them to feel not so alone finally, and to find the courage to talk about it with their friends, with their family, with even with a therapist. And I'm not I don't have the keys in my hand to save a life, of course not. I'm not a doctor. You can find, if you want a real good doctor, go to see a psychologist. They are very good for this. But if some way I can help somebody, uh, I'm happy with that. And it's always interesting to hear uh, some some stories of the other people. Um, and Yeah, that's why I made lyrics very simple, music very simple. All the riffs on this album are very simple, because I have message to give, and I don't want to. I don't want to do something complicated around my message. And I know it's not my personal album, but I had this opportunity that the guys of the band left me to do something alone, and I took the opportunity to do that, to put myself inside this album.
Yeah. That- Wonderful. I mean, that's great that fans are connecting with the lyrics and feeling it, that they're feeling it and that they're maybe opening up. That's, music. I won't go on a big speech here myself, but yeah, music I think is great for that. I mean, how much music that we listen to growing up has healed us, and made us helped us through hard times. So that's really great.
Hmm.
I'm going to ask the question probably every interview is going to ask you, but who are some of your songwriting influences? Who are some of the great people that you like to listen to and that you try to aspire to create music like? Who would you say?
Of course, we have a lot influences. Um, uh, Me personally, I grew up in the new metal era. Uh, I I think I started to listen new metal when I discovered Deftones with Adrenaline, and I was freaking in love with this album, and I'm still listening this album all the time.
Yeah.
And then of course I Run the Fur, White Pony, but I grew up in this era, in this era, and yeah, I keep this genre inside my head, and so that's many bands from 90s, early 2000 are big influences, and but the other guys of the band have a lot of metalcore in their influences, so we try to mix with that. Um, you can find guys like Valerie, our guitar player, absolutely influenced by Iron Maiden. So maybe Iron Maiden, you can hear that maybe a little bit inside the solos, not inside the riffs. Um, and a lot of original soundtracks of movies.
Okay.
Uh, almost, I think, almost everybody in the band are completely fan of movies, and very sensitive of the music of the movies. So yeah, for this album, I've been listening a lot uh, movie scores and electro, industrial, a lot bands like Skinny Puppy.
Yeah, great.
And I grew up also with a lot of trip hop, so a lot of Massive Attack, Portishead.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
I'm still a huge fan of this. And I tried to understand this the metal how it is today with this new generation, um, but not really easy because I'm almost 40, so I still locked in the past. But I try to figure it out. Okay, what's going on in metal today? And I found some great bands. Uh, I'm still learning because so many bands are in the place today. Um, yeah, but we try to mix a lot of new metal, metalcore, industrial, uh, a little bit pop.
Yeah, I hear all that for sure. By the way,
Yeah,
you listed some great bands there. I think we could really talk about how great some of those bands are. I love Portishead. I loved the Around the Fur Deftones album. But I won't go there. We're here to talk about you. But yeah, that's great stuff. Well, but
yeah,
I will.
because if you like that, we can talk about it for hours.
Right, right. Get comfortable.
Hi, everybody. This is Sam Saltman of Metal Invasion, and you should support SLAM. Support Life in Music benefits musician mental health through research and through SLAM Summit music survival guides. Thank you.
But well, I will ask though, what movie soundtracks particular were you inspired you?
Last Temptation of Christ. Peter Gabriel did the score, and oh,
Okay.
it's a beautiful, an amazing music. Um, ra, run hey, Blade Runner,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and that's why you can hear a little bit synthwave vibes specifically on Ain't Human. Um, the old Tron, some Disney. If you can find where I put Disney in the songs, you're you're the best. Um, and Hans Zimmer, of course, John Williams.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. That's great stuff. So one more song I want to ask about on the album is
Hmm.
actually it's an old song that you made new again. You did the orchestral version of "Smile Again," which I think is really gorgeous. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Was that was it really hard to translate that from from its original version to this kind of piano with the beautiful piano and everything? What was that a big challenge to make this new version?
Actually, no, because the first idea, the basic idea was just to do an acoustic version of that song. And I started just with the piano. Before I wanted to do it with a like sorry, an acoustic guitar and and vocals, and then I started to play on piano, and and I was like, okay, we will keep that like this, and then I started to play a little bit cello, and I was like, oh, okay, sounds good. Okay, why not another one, a second line of cello? Okay, why not a third one? And four, five, six, and maybe six, seven, eight cello later, I started to put some bass, uh, orchestral bass, and then I put some brass, xylophone, um, doing some weird noises with vocals, very very behind all the orchestral, and finally it was an orchestral version. It was intentional. I wanted something very simple, and finally, yeah, you have this version.
Well, yeah, that came, like I said, my congratulations on it. I think it comes out really powerful. Again, they'll say it's
Thank
very
you.
strong emotions to it. Now let's touch on something you've talked about a little bit. Getting, you said you're almost 40. You have a lot of different voices in all these songs. You sing a lot of different voices. How are you protecting your voice as you get older? That you do some screams and some clean vocals and all the different voices. How are you protecting your voice so that you'll still be able to do this in the future? Do you have any vocal techniques or any practices to protect your voice?
Before every gigs, of course, I have to warm up a little bit my voice. I have some exercise to do, but I don't smoke. Uh, I drink alcohol just a little bit, so that honestly that helps a lot. Um, I try to now push my limits too far. I just respect my body, respect my voice, and if I can't do more, I stop, and and that's it. Um, but yeah, like this, I can keep my voice. But I don't know, maybe my voice will change because I'll be very very old, of course. And so I will change my my music at this moment. But for now, I can keep my voice like this.
Sure. Yeah, and there are some great vocalists who still are powerful even as they get older, like Max Cavalera of Soulfly and Sepultura still has a lot of power now, and
Yeah,
he's a grandfather, so there are guys out there doing it. All right, so you got time for we'll do three more questions. You got time for three more? You got all right,
of
cool.
course. Go ahead.
But well, actually, I lied. Let's do four more because you guys just wrapped up a tour, by the way. So forgive CK if he's a little tired after doing a big tour. But I wanted to ask who in the other musicians that you've toured with and had great experiences with. Name some of your favorite friends and colleagues and peers that you've kind of met in your tours on the road.
Actually, the band was on tour many times with Tarja Turunen, the ex-singer of Nightwish.
Yeah.
We had already 3 tours with her. Once in Russia, the second one in US, and the third one was in Europe. So we were traveling between Germany, Austria, Netherlands, Switzerland, and yeah, now we know each other. We have always a great collaboration during the tour. And but on tour, specifically with her, just the last tour was with her and Marco, the ex vocalist, bassist of Nightwish. That was
Right.
huge. That was very huge. Um, and but we had many gigs where we crossed. We met many great bands like Five Finger Death Punch, Sabaton, Fever 333, Machine Head, Ministry, or European bands like Annie's Okay. Yeah, we're and and yeah, other French famous bands. So yeah, we had a lot of opportunity to see huge bands, huge people, and always been very nice with us because yeah, we were just a small band from Switzerland, so it's always weird to be in the middle of those people. Um, but yeah, we have some relationship. I'm good friends with some of the artists that I cross in my life.
That's great stuff. Great. All right, well, let's get back to a little bit to you talked about some of the things that you've faced in your life. Like you even
Hmm.
mentioned anorexia and depression. So I'll ask, what is your advice for people who are struggling with depression or anything that's making them feel, down and making them feel like they are in despair a little bit? What's your advice for people on how to kind of find how to find happiness or at least keep going? What's your advice?
Just try to understand that no one will come to knock to your door to save you. The it's that could be a very beautiful story, but don't count on this. You're the only one that you can save your ass, and try. But the first thing, honestly, is just to talk about it. Talk with your friend, your closest friends, your family. Uh, you always find somebody to talk about it, because that's disease can eat you bit by bit. Always, because you're not talking. You keep that inside your head, inside your heart, your body, because it's completely normal to be afraid of judgment, because many people can't understand that, and they don't want to understand because maybe they're afraid. We don't know it, but yeah, you always will hear bullshit like, "Oh, but you don't look so down. So no, don't give up, and everything will be okay." Okay, great. Breathe 5 minutes and come back when you stop crying. And yeah, it's when you leave that we leave that it's, of course, many people, everybody don't have the same life, don't have the same stage of depression, and but I think, yeah, 100% of people hear that when they try to find some help, and they just not find the good person for that, and they just listen things like, yeah, very very disrespectful. Oh, please come on. Oh, you're just complaining on yourself. Boo hoo, poor little baby. And that's just helped you to go more down. And in this case, just find somebody else to talk. Somebody will listen to you. So, but the most difficult uh, thing thought to have is to don't forget you're not alone. So yeah, just that. So always talk about it, and don't be afraid. It's normal to be afraid, but just step by step, and everything will be okay.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that's very well said. And you said some things that are very true in there. I completely agree. Yeah, there are many people who are afraid they're afraid when you bring true emotion or when you bring things that make them uncomfortable, then you're right, people will respond badly. So I would definitely agree. You have to not don't engage with that person, at least not about these kinds of things. I definitely agree with that. So no, thank you. That's definitely really powerful.
Thank you.
Uh, well, and let me ask about another thing about the business, especially as you said, you guys are an up and coming band from Switzerland. Uh, how how is how is it having your music and streaming services? Are you finding success there, or is it something that you don't even think about? Um, is that how fans mostly get your music, or do they buy CDs? Sorry, I'm not asking this well. Let me ask. So, what is your what is your as a musician? How do you do with streaming services like Spotify or Apple Music?
Well, you can find our music on every platform. and of course, if you download the albums, that help us a lot. But we sell also the CDs, but on the gigs you can order CDs on our websites, and that's on every part is it's that help us in all the cases. But to be honest, on platforms like the famous platforms, I don't know exactly how it works. The only thing that I can say is I don't think you can live only with that. So you don't pay your rent having your music only on platforms. So that's why it's always good to have some merch to sell. Like this, we can do more things, to show more things, and share moments together like this.
All right. Yeah, that's well said. All right. Well, I want to say thank you again. Congratulations on Life for Sale. It's
Thank
really
you.
a powerful album, and I believe it can really get a lot of attention for the band, and good luck with everything. Can you take us out, tell us a little bit about what is coming up in the near future, the rest of 2025 and 2026 for you personally and for Chaosium?
For the bands, for now we will stay a little bit relaxed. Maybe we'll accept some gigs to finish the year, but nothing sure for now. We are just building the schedule for 2026. Of course, we will be on tour again, and the only thing is where we don't know for now, because we're looking for Asia, but we want to also to go to South America. We want back to US. Yeah, or maybe we will do another tour in Europe, but in another countries. We don't know for now. For just stay tuned. When we have any data, we're gonna give you that on social networks, website, everything. And but yeah, we're just now it's almost the end of the year, so it's time for us to build all the planning for next year. And for me, I'm starting to work on new tracks, of course. So now I don't want to wait 2 or 3 years again before to release another album.
Well, yeah, that's good news. Yeah, I know wasn't sure if you were ready to start writing again or, but that's all right. Great news. All right.
Of
Well,
course,
thank you.
we will. I will start again. This time, maybe I'll be not alone, because on Life for Sale, sadly, our new members Kevin and Finn wasn't able to help me to compose, because they were so new in the band. They had to learn every songs and made some tours with us. So yeah, they had a lot of job. So. I'm sorry, my cats are playing on my chair. Hey, but yeah, maybe on the next one, their style will be more present on the next album.
That's cool. Yeah, we did not really talk about that. Yeah, that the band, you have some new band members. Yeah, I don't know if you want to take us out by just telling us the names of the other band members, and that can include your cats, by the way, if you want to introduce the cats. But but don't get
Uh,
scratched.
well, yes, we had a lineup change in 2023. When our ex-guitar player decided to quit the band. So we found a new guitar player, Kevin Sink. And so the first idea was to stay with 4 members without any bass, because we were playing with backing tracks, the bass in the backing tracks before. And finally, we decided to take the opportunity, because Finn come to us saying, "Oh, I want to play bass in your band," and we don't know why. The feeling, the vibes was good, the feeling was good, and we said, okay, yeah, this time we'll have a real bassist on stage, and now the lineup is complete, and we are very happy like this.
Wonderful. All right. Well, Chaoseum, everyone, and CK Smiles. Hopefully we'll catch you guys. Oh, and we're getting some special guests here.
Yeah.
And who is this?
It's Selene, my little princess.
All right. Well, thanks for bringing Selene on at the last minute. All right. Well, thanks so much for your time today. Yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys if you get to the US next year. And best of luck with the new with Life for Sale. Best of luck with everything. And thank you so much.